Om Shanti. This is the Avyakt Murli of 10th of June, 1977. And the title is Finishing the Difference by Constantly Using the Mantra and Yantra, weapons. Bapdada is seeing both the present and the final stage of all the children. For some, there is a vast difference visible between these stages, whereas for others, there is just a little difference. Why is there such a vast difference when everyone's aim is to become the most elevated of all? The one who enables you all to attain the status is the same for everyone. Everyone has received the blessing of time and blessings from the bestower of blessings. The path of effort for all is the same, and it is the same one who is taking all of you back. What is the reason for this? Bapdada was looking at the reasons. What main reason did Baba see according to the present time? Firstly, you don't always remain aware of the first mantra that Bapdada has given you of manmanabhav, or the mantra of Hum so devta. We are those great deities. On the path of bhakti, people never forget their mantra. They are afraid to forget their mantra because it would mean moving away from their guru. But what do you do after you become Baba's children? You lose all the fear of a bhagat, and instead you take the advantage by considering yourself to have all rights. However, you do not put into practice the mantra or Srimad given to you by the Father. So firstly, you forget your mantra, and secondly, you do not use at the right time the yantra, weapons you have been given to become the conquerors of Maya. If you remain aware of both the mantra and the yantra, there would no longer be any difference. The weapons are for practical life, and the mantra is for the yoga of the intellect, to make the intellect completely stable. You hear and speak of manmanabhav every day, but how far have you become an embodiment of this awareness? The first lesson is the great mantra. By imbibing this mantra in a practical way, you can claim the number one position. Due to not being an embodiment of awareness of the first lesson, you have a lower number in becoming victorious. Why do you forget your mantra? You forget your mantra because you don't remember the directions that Baba has given for your awareness. You have been given directions for what awareness you should have at all times, for being an embodiment of awareness at Amritvela, for godly education, for being a karma yogi while performing action, for when you are a trustee and interacting with others for your livelihood, for when you are in contact with souls engrossed in vices, and for when you are performing the task of changing vibrations of souls who are engrossed in those vibrations. Do you remember these? In the future, you will change your dress according to the time. There will be a different dress and adornment for every moment and task. You will attain that as your reward in the future by practicing this here. There, you will change your physical dress, and here, you have to become an embodiment of awareness according to the time and the task. Do you practice this, or do you forget? And the path of bhakti, as a memorial of your practice at this time, the dress of the idols at the well-known temples is changed according to the time of day. The dress of those idols is different each time a view of them is granted. Of which souls is this a memorial? It is of those souls of the confluence age who had the practice of changing their awareness according to the time. Bapdada checks the timetable of the children for the whole day. The result is that there is very little practice of being an embodiment of awareness according to the time. You have this awareness, but you don't know how to become an embodiment of it. Amritvela is the time for all children to receive the special blessings of all types of experience and of being stable in the stage of a light and might house, like the Father. It is the golden time to experience great attainment through very little effort. At that time, you should have the awareness of being a master seed and a bestower of blessings. However, instead of being an embodiment of power and experiencing the stage of being equal to the Father, what do you adopt? Most of you complain or are disheartened as you sit. Instead of being a bestower of blessings and a world benefactor, you become those who ask for blessings. You either complain about yourself or others. As you are not an embodiment of awareness according to the time, you are not able to become an embodiment of power. You are unable to be successful or have attainment because it is your daily timetable. You don't adopt an awareness according to the time. Then you wonder why you aren't happy. What is the reason for this? You forget your mantra and yantra. People who are famous and important today also dress and behave suitably for the occasion, even though it may be temporary or artificial. People who practice this are worthy of everyone's praise. Theirs is artificial, whereas yours is real. So praise this royalty and reality. Maintain the awareness of who I am, what I am, and who I belong to. First of all, churn whether you were able to become an embodiment of awareness according to the time. If not, then after checking, instantly change yourself. Check the form of your awareness before you act, not after. When you have to go somewhere for a particular task, you prepare for it before you go, not after. So too, make preparations to remain stable in your stage before you act. If you think about this, after you have acted, then instead of experiencing attainment, there will be repentance. Since the copper age, you have just been praying and repenting. But now it is the time for attaining. So the basis of attainment is to have an awareness according to the time. Do you now understand what mistake you make? You know everything. In terms of knowing everything, you have become Jani Jananan Har, one who knows all secrets. But after knowing, You have to conduct yourself according to that chalna and also become that banna. If someone reminds you of something and says, do not do this, or you should not do this, how do you respond? You would say, I know everything, even that which you don't know. You have become Jani Jananan Har of every point. But how do those who are Jani Jananan Har become weak? You become so weak that you continue to do that which you understand you should not do. So you are number one in knowing something, but now become number one in conducting yourself in that same way. Do you understand what you have to do now? Listen and become an embodiment of that. Every week, practice being an embodiment of awareness according to the time. Experience this in a practical way. Acha, do you constantly perform every action in Baba's remembrance? Is it easy or difficult to remember Baba? If it is easy, you should be able to have remembrance constantly. Something that is easy will happen constantly and naturally. So do you constantly stay in Baba's remembrance? The method to stay in remembrance constantly is very easy. Why? In a lokic way too, who do you remember easily and naturally? Someone whom you love. You automatically remember the things or people you love without conscious effort. You have fallen in love with your body, and so are you able to forget your body? You cannot, can you? You can't forget it even though you want to. Why? Because you have been in love with the body for half a kalpa. Just as in a lokic way, you automatically remember anything or anyone you love. So, who is the most loved one here? It is the Father. There cannot be anyone more loved than He is. As He is the one you love the most, it should be easy and natural to remember Him. So, why is it not like that? What is the reason for this? This proves that even now you are trapped in love somewhere else, that you don't have complete love for the Father. Therefore, your intellect is drawn towards others instead of having constant remembrance of the one Father. Your intellect is drawn towards others. First of all, do you experience the love of the most loving Father? Have you experienced spiritual love? You are a soul, and so love of the soul would be spiritual, would it not? Do you experience spiritual love? Anything you have experienced cannot be forgotten. Even 1 second's experience of spiritual love is so elevated. What would happen if throughout the day you were to remain absorbed in the experience of that one moment's spiritual love? Even one drop of something very powerful has a great effect. No matter how many drops you use of something less powerful, it will not have the same effect. So even one moment of spiritual love gives a lot of power. It then helps you to forget everything else. Have you experienced this? Or did you just hear it and accept it? Check whether you experience all the Father's virtues. The more experienced you are, the more you will be a master almighty authority. If instead of experiencing, You just listen to everything, your speed of effort slackens. When you have experience, your speed automatically accelerates. Do you consider yourself to be constantly powerful as Baba is? Is Baba sometimes powerful and sometimes weak? Or is he always powerful? He is always powerful. He is so powerful that everyone receives a donation of power from him. Baba is the embodiment of power. That is, he is the bestower of power. And so what do you children have to become? Those who take power or those who give power? As soon as Baba comes, he gives you all rights. Since he gives you everything as soon as he comes, why do you need to ask for anything? If you receive something without asking, why should you ask for it? When you ask for something, you don't experience happiness. Those who do not have knowledge ask, saying, "Give me power, give me help." The way to receive help is to have courage. Maintain courage, and you will receive help 1,000-fold. You know this calculation of receiving 1,000-fold, do you not? You should never let go of courage. When you let go of courage, you let go of your property. To let go of your property means to let go of the Father. You should not let go of your courage, no matter what happens or what situation arises. When you let go of your courage, you let go of your breath. Courage is the breath of this life in which you have died alive. What would remain if you had no more breath? With courage, you can regain consciousness from being unconscious. The expansion of science is also based on courage. On the basis of their courage, they are even able to go to the moon and make night into day and day into night. Those who continue to maintain courage easily receive blessings. Even their difficulties then become easy. The impossible becomes possible. Everyone watches what the Brahmakumaris say and then do. Therefore, become those who do what they say. You say, "We have found God." However, if you have found God, what else remains that would draw your intellect elsewhere? Share your experience of all attainments with everyone. Everyone now wishes to see your form of power. The Maharathis now have to make some plans. What is the method of becoming a destroyer of obstacles? While continuing to move forward, consider whatever is happening to be destined in the drama and continue to progress. Being merciful, you should create one or another yukti so that souls do not experience any loss. You also need plans for making the atmosphere powerful. Presently, there are these waves of general obstacles and of many souls experiencing loss. Nowadays, there is a wave of souls being instruments to bring themselves loss. Now make a plan for them. The thoughts and plans of the Maharathis are also influencing the atmosphere. There has to be a change in the atmosphere. There is now a need to live up to your name of being the destroyer of obstacles through your thoughts, words, and deeds. The fire brigade have to put out a fire, no matter how difficult the task may be. They definitely form a strategy to put it out. So you are also destroyers of obstacles. How can the atmosphere be changed? The atmosphere will change when you have such a thought. Do not become slack and think, this has been happening from the beginning. These obstacles will come. The tree has to shake. No, finish off the obstacles. When you see that something is about to be damaged, you would come running from far to try to save it. You naturally have the thought of saving it. You don't think that that has been happening all the time. This is the drama, and each soul has his or her own part. You do not fluctuate, but you are those who have mercy and provide safety. So you have to think with these deep feelings. Keep the aim of being a destroyer of obstacles. Whatever aim you keep does gradually happen. You simply need to have an aim and pay attention. Do you Maharathis now think about using all the methods and powers for more than just yourselves or not? You should think about this. You must not ignore this. If you step away like this, you will become an individual king, not a world emperor. By having benevolent feelings for the world, you will become a world emperor. Blessing. May you be one who is free from the bondage of the body by remaining stable in the original awareness of the word I. This one word I makes you fly, and the same word I brings you down. It should be natural when you say I, to remember your original incorporeal form and finish the I of body consciousness. Then you will become free from the bondage of the body, because the word I brings arrogance of the body and ties you in karmic bondage. However, when you have the awareness of being an incorporeal soul, you will be able to go beyond body consciousness and have a relationship of karma, not of bondage. Slogan: in order to experience guaranteed victory and a carefree stage, become one with complete faith in the intellect. Om Shanti.